All right, welcome to the deep dive. Today we're going to try something a little different.
Yeah.
We are going to take a deep dive into your 2025 horoscope, month by month, for all you Capricorns out there.
Yes. We're going to be looking at some of the major astrological influences specifically for Capricorn in 2025.
Now, I know horoscopes can sometimes feel a bit like, oh, is this going to tell me exactly what's going to happen?
Yeah.
But that's not really what we're doing here.
Right.
Instead, we're going to be exploring the potential energy and themes you might encounter in 2025.
Yes.
So it's less about predicting the future and more about giving you a roadmap to navigate the year ahead.
Precisely.
Think of it as a cosmic weather forecast.
I like that.
We can't control the weather,
Yeah.
but knowing what's coming helps us prepare.
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's get into this cosmic weather forecast.
Okay.
What's the big picture for 2025? What are some of the overarching themes that our listeners should be aware of?
Well, one of the most prominent themes throughout the year is transformation.
Okay. This could manifest in many areas of your life, from personal growth to career changes. There's also a strong emphasis on professional growth.
So Capricorns are known for their ambition and work ethic.
Yeah.
It sounds like 2025 is going to be a year where they can really make some major strides in their careers.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This is further supported by Jupiter, the planet of expansion and abundance, spending a significant portion of the year in Capricorn's career sector.
Okay, so Jupiter in the career sector.
Yes.
For those of us who aren't fluent in astrology speak, what does that actually mean, like in practical terms?
Essentially, it means that conditions are ripe for professional growth and success.
Okay.
You might find yourself attracting new opportunities, feeling more confident in your abilities, or receiving recognition for your hard work.
Okay.
It's a time to step up and take on leadership roles.
So it's not just about sitting back and waiting for good things to happen.
No.
It's about actively pursuing your goals and taking advantage of the opportunities that come your way.
You need to meet the universe halfway.
Yeah.
This is a time to be bold and ambitious.
Yes.
Got it. Be bold, be ambitious, and Jupiter will have your back.
That's right.
What are some other themes we should be on the lookout for?
Along with professional growth, there's a significant emphasis on emotional depth and spiritual exploration.
Okay.
This suggests a year of inner transformation and a deepening of your understanding of yourself and the world around you. You might find yourself drawn to practices like meditation or journaling as you seek a greater sense of meaning and purpose.
It's interesting how you mentioned those practices.
Yeah.
It seems like people are naturally drawn to those kinds of things when they're going through periods of personal growth.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And the astrological influences throughout 2025 create a supportive environment for exploring your inner landscape.
Okay, so we've got transformation, professional growth, emotional depth, and spiritual exploration.
Right.
It sounds like 2025 is going to be a year of significant growth and change for our Capricorn listeners.
Yes.
But I'm also curious to hear about the more specific details.
Yeah.
Are there any particular months that stand out as being particularly intense or pivotal?
Absolutely. There are a few months that really pack a punch.
Okay.
For example, April brings a potent combination of passion and intensity in relationships,
Okay.
thanks to Mars and Venus aligning in your relationship sector.
Ooh, so April's going to be a hot month for Capricorns.
Yes.
I can already feel the temperature rising.
It is a time when emotions run high
Oh.
and existing relationships could deepen significantly.
Okay.
However, this intensity can also bring challenges.
Right.
Communication will be key to navigating this period successfully.
Got it.
And let's not forget about October.
Okay, October.
Yes.
What's happening in October?
October brings a profound shift with a focus on inner transformation and letting go of the old to make way for the new.
So we're talking about major changes and a potential identity shift. That sounds pretty intense.
It can be a challenging month, but also incredibly liberating. It's a time to face your fears, embrace vulnerability, and ultimately emerge as a stronger, more authentic version of yourself.
Wow, I'm getting chills just thinking about it. October is definitely going to be a month to remember.
It is.
Yeah.
And while it may bring challenges,
Yeah.
it's important to remember that these challenges are ultimately opportunities for growth.
Right.
Embrace them, and you'll come out stronger on the other side.
Okay, so we have some intense months to look forward to, especially April and October.
Yes.
But let's break things down month by month
Okay.
and really dive into the specifics of each one.
All right.
We'll start with January.
Okay.
What can our Capricorn listeners expect as they kick off the new year?
Well, January starts strong with Mars, the planet of action and energy in Capricorn. This is a dynamic time to pursue goals and launch new projects.
Okay.
You'll be feeling ambitious and driven.
That's a great way to start the year. It sounds like Capricorns are going to be hitting the ground running in January.
Yeah.
But I know Mars can also bring some challenges.
Yes.
It has a reputation for being a bit of a troublemaker, right?
That's true.
Yeah.
While Mars can be a powerful ally in achieving goals, it can also lead to impatience and conflict if not channeled effectively.
Right.
It's important to be mindful of this energy.
Yeah.
And to avoid taking on too much at once.
So it's not just about going full speed ahead.
Right.
It's about being strategic and finding a sustainable pace.
Yes.
What else should our listeners be aware of in January?
It's also a time for setting intentions for the year ahead.
Okay.
Take some time to reflect on your goals and aspirations
Uh-huh.
and to visualize what you want to achieve in 2025.
So January is a month for both action and intention setting.
Yes.
It's about harnessing that Martian energy and directing it towards your goals.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yes.
What about February? How does the energy shift as we move into the second month of the year?
February brings a shift in energy with Venus,
Okay.
the planet of love and harmony, entering Capricorn.
Okay.
This creates a more balanced and supportive energy, particularly for relationships.
Ah.
It's a great time to connect with loved ones,
Yeah.
build bridges, and foster collaboration.
It sounds like February is a time for nurturing relationships and finding a sense of harmony.
Yeah,
That's a nice change of pace after the intensity of January.
indeed.
Yeah.
And this harmonious energy also extends to the workplace.
Got it.
It's a favorable time for teamwork, diplomacy, and building strategic partnerships.
So February is a good month for Capricorns who are looking to collaborate on projects or strengthen their professional networks.
Yes,
It seems like each month is bringing a different flavor to the year.
that's right.
What about March? What does March have in store for our Capricorn listener?
March brings exciting developments on the career front.
Okay.
As Jupiter enters Capricorn's 10th house, the area associated with career, ambition, and public image. This is a potent time for professional growth and advancement.
Now, we talked about Jupiter in the career sector earlier, but I'm wondering if there's anything more specific we can tell our listener about how this transit might play out in their lives.
This transit often brings opportunities for promotion,
Okay.
recognition, and even a career change that aligns more closely with your aspirations.
Ah.
You might find yourself taking on more responsibilities or stepping into leadership roles.
So it sounds like March is a time for Capricorns to step into the spotlight and really go for it in their careers.
Yes.
This is exciting. But with all this focus on career, I'm wondering if there's a risk of neglecting other areas of life,
Yeah.
like relationships or personal well-being.
That's an important point to consider.
Yeah.
While it's wonderful to embrace the opportunities that Jupiter brings, it's crucial to maintain balance.
Okay, so find that sweet spot between pursuing your ambitions and nurturing other aspects of your life.
Yes.
Got it.
Yes.
What about relationships in March? Is there anything significant happening in that realm?
March also brings clarity to relationships.
Okay.
This could manifest as a deeper understanding of your own needs and desires, or a greater sense of clarity in existing relationships.
So it's a good time to have those important conversations and to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Precisely. Clear communication and a willingness to listen are key to navigating this period successfully.
Got it.
Now, as we move into April...
All right, April.
Yes.
Let's hear it.
Okay.
What's in store?
April is a month where passion and intimacy take center stage.
Ooh, things are heating up. Tell me more.
With Mars and Venus aligning in your relationship sector, this month amplifies both romantic and platonic connections.
Okay, so this isn't just about romantic relationships.
No.
It's about all kinds of connections.
Exactly. This could mean deepening your bond with your partner, reigniting the spark in a long-term relationship, or simply enjoying a greater sense of closeness with friends and family.
Yeah.
It's a time for connection and joy.
I love that. It's like the universe is giving us permission to really savor those relationships. But I'm also curious about the shadow side of this energy.
Yeah.
With all this intensity, are there any potential challenges we should be aware of?
Well, with Mars in the mix, there's always the potential for conflict. Remember, Mars is the planet of action, and it can also be associated with aggression.
Right. So while this energy can be incredibly passionate and exciting, it's important to be mindful of how we're expressing ourselves.
Yeah.
We don't want to accidentally start any fires.
Exactly. This is where clear communication becomes crucial. If you're feeling frustrated or angry, it's important to express those feelings in a healthy and constructive way. Remember, this energy is also about assertiveness. It's about standing up for yourself and setting boundaries.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
So April is about embracing passion, but also about being responsible with that energy. It's about finding that balance between fire and harmony. What about on the career front? We saw some major opportunities arising in March. Does that momentum continue into April?
The career momentum from March does carry over into April, although it may take a slightly different form. While March was about expansion and taking on new challenges, April is about consolidation and refining your approach.
So it's less about charging ahead and more about strategizing and making sure you're on the right track.
Exactly. It's a time to review your progress, assess your goals, and make any necessary adjustments. Saturn, the planet of discipline and responsibility, is also active this month, encouraging a practical and grounded approach to your work.
So April is a time for Capricorns to step back, take stock, and refine their strategies. It's about laying a solid foundation for future success.
I like that. It's like we're building a castle brick by brick, and each month brings new materials and challenges to the construction site.
I like that analogy. It perfectly captures the essence of this year.
Okay. We've made it through the first third of the year. We've set intentions, nurtured relationships, and laid a solid foundation for our careers. Now let's see what May brings. What's on the horizon as we move into the heart of spring? May is a powerful month for manifestation. With Jupiter still gracing your career sector, this is a time when your efforts are likely to be rewarded.
So this is where we start to see the fruits of our labor.
Precisely. The seeds you planted earlier in the year are starting to sprout, and you may find yourself reaping the rewards of your hard work and dedication.
This is exciting. So what should our listener be focusing on in May to make the most of this energy?
This is a time to be bold and to take calculated risks. If there's something you've been wanting to pursue, whether it's a new project, a promotion, or even a career change, May is the time to go for it.
So May is all about seizing opportunities and trusting that the universe has got our back.
Yeah.
What about the financial side of things? We know Jupiter is associated with abundance, but are there any specific financial trends we should be aware of in May?
Financially, May is a favorable time for growth and expansion. You may receive unexpected income, a raise, or a bonus.
That sounds pretty great.
Yeah.
Any advice on how our listener can manage this potential influx of abundance?
It's important to be responsible with your resources. While it's tempting to splurge, consider investing your money wisely or putting it towards long-term goals.
So it's not just about enjoying the moment, it's about planning for the future and making sure this abundance has a lasting impact.
Exactly. And while career and finances are highlighted this month, it's also a time of deepening connection in relationships.
So May isn't all work and no play. There's still room for love and romance.
Absolutely. With Venus moving into your sector of partnerships, there's an emphasis on harmony and pleasure in relationships. It's a good time for romantic getaways, date nights, and simply enjoying quality time with your loved ones.
I like that. It sounds like a month for celebrating life's simple pleasures. So we have career success, financial abundance, and blossoming relationships. May sounds pretty magical, but as we know, life is full of ups and downs. What about June? Does this positive momentum continue, or are there some challenges on the horizon?
June brings a shift in energy as we enter eclipse season. Eclipses are known for bringing about change and transformation, and they often mark turning points in our lives.
Eclipses, they sound a bit ominous. What should our listener be prepared for during this time?
Well, eclipses can be a bit unsettling because they often bring about unexpected events or shake things up in our lives.
So we might need to buckle up and prepare for a bit of a roller coaster ride.
You could say that, but it's important to remember that these changes are ultimately for our highest good. They're designed to help us release what no longer serves us and to create space for new beginnings.
So it's less about fearing change and more about trusting the process.
Exactly. Embrace the unknown and be open to the possibilities that this eclipse season brings.
Okay, so June is a time for surrendering to the flow of life and trusting that whatever changes come our way are ultimately guiding us towards our highest potential. What about specific themes or areas of life where these changes might manifest?
The eclipses in June are activating your sector of home and family, so you might experience shifts in these areas. This could manifest as a move, a renovation, or simply a deeper exploration of your roots and family history.
So it's a time for nesting, for creating a space that feels truly nurturing and supportive.
Yes. And it's also a time for healing any family wounds or patterns that have been holding you back.
So June is about transformation on a very personal level. It's about connecting with our roots, healing old wounds, and creating a foundation that feels solid and supportive.
I like that. Okay, moving on to July. What's the energy like as we enter the second half of the year?
July brings a sense of relief and expansion as we move out of eclipse season. With the sun moving into your sign, Capricorn, this is your time to shine. It's a month to celebrate your individuality, to pursue your passions, and to step into your power.
And so it's a Capricorn's birthday month. Time to celebrate.
Indeed, it's a time for you to embrace your strengths, to express your unique gifts, and to radiate your light into the world.
I love that it sounds like a month for self-love and self-expression. But what about specific areas of life? Where should our listener be focusing their energy in July? Career-wise, July is a favorable time for initiating new projects or taking on leadership roles. You'll be feeling confident and capable, and others will be drawn to your energy and vision.
So if there's something you've been wanting to launch or a project you've been wanting to spearhead, July is the time to do it?
Absolutely. The stars are aligned to support your success. And on a personal level, July is a time for exploring your creativity and pursuing activities that bring you joy.
So it's not just about work. It's also about making time for fun and self-expression.
Precisely. Nurturing your passions and doing things that light you up is essential for your overall well-being.
Okay, July sounds like a month to enjoy. It's a time to celebrate ourselves, pursue our passions, and make some bold moves in our careers. I'm ready for it.
Yeah.
What about August? How does the energy shift as we move into the late summer months?
August brings a focus on communication and connection, as Mercury, the planet of communication, enters your sector of relationships. This is a time to connect with loved ones, to have those important conversations, and to build bridges. It's also a favorable time for travel and expanding your horizons.
So we've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive into your 2025 horoscope, Capricorn, from career breakthroughs to relationship shifts and everything in between. It seems like there's a lot to look forward to.
There is indeed, and as we've discussed, woven throughout all these monthly influences is a powerful thread of personal growth and transformation.
That's right. It's not just about the external events. It's about how you evolve as a person through those experiences.
Exactly. And speaking of personal growth, one thing that struck me as we were going through the months is the emphasis on balance.
Oh, interesting. Tell me more about that.
Well, we see this duality playing out in many areas of your chart. For example, in January, there's that burst of Martian energy urging you to take action and pursue your goals, but there's also the need to pace yourself and avoid burnout.
Right, so it's not just about going full throttle all the time. It's about finding a sustainable rhythm that allows you to achieve your goals without sacrificing your well-being.
Precisely. And we see this theme of balance again in March, where Jupiter brings opportunities for career expansion, but Saturn reminds you to be responsible with your resources and to avoid overextending yourself.
So it's about finding that sweet spot between ambition and practicality.
Yes, and even in relationships, we see this dynamic at play. April brings a surge of passion and intimacy, but it also highlights the need for clear communication and healthy boundaries.
So it's about finding that balance between fire and harmony.
Yeah.
It's about expressing your desires while also respecting the needs of others.
Exactly. And this theme of balance extends to your spiritual journey as well. Throughout the year, there are periods of intense introspection and transformation, but there are also times for celebration, joy, and connection.
So it's about embracing the full spectrum of human experience, both the light and the shadow, the highs and the lows.
Yes. And as you navigate this year of growth and transformation, remember that you're not alone. You have your inner wisdom to guide you, and you also have the support of the people you love.
That's such an important reminder. We don't have to go through this alone. We can lean on our loved ones, our communities, and our spiritual practices for support.
Absolutely. And speaking of support, is there anything in particular that stands out to you as a potential challenge for our listener this year, something they might want to be extra mindful of?
You know, as we were talking about those periods of intense transformation, particularly in October, I was thinking about how challenging it can be to surrender to change, especially when it feels like the rug is being pulled out from under us.
That's a very valid point. Change can be uncomfortable even when we know it's for our highest good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if our listener finds themselves in the midst of a major upheaval, what advice would you give them?
I would say first and foremost, be gentle with yourself. It's okay to feel scared, confused, or even angry when things are changing rapidly. Allow yourself to feel those emotions without judgment.
So it's not about suppressing those feelings. It's about acknowledging them and allowing them to flow through us.
Exactly. And remember that you're not alone. Reach out to trusted friends, family members, or a therapist if you need support.
And I would add that it's also important to remember that this too shall pass. Even the most intense periods of transformation eventually come to an end.
Yes, that's a very important point. Trust the process. Embrace the unknown, and have faith that you'll emerge from this experience stronger and wiser.
This has been such an insightful exploration of your 2025 horoscope, Capricorn. We've uncovered so much, from career opportunities to relationship shifts, and we've also touched on the importance of balance, self-care, and embracing change.
And remember, this is just a guide. You have the power to shake your own destiny.
So go out there, Capricorn, and make 2025 your year. Embrace the challenges, celebrate the triumphs, and most importantly, stay true to yourself.
Beautifully said. And remember, no matter what this year brings, the stars are always on your side.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. Until next time, keep exploring, keep growing, and keep shining bright.